Welcome back, everyone, to the Sports Minorities podcast, your home for not-so-expert analysis, plenty of shit-talking, and some of us still in recovery from all the food we ate Thanksgiving. I'm your host, JC, your resident Titans fan. Joining me this week are...
Chicken wing stuff in my fat face as we speak. You're welcome.
What's up? This is Nori. I don't have anything witty this week. The Giants are fucking 7-4, the opposite of what I thought they'd be. So I'm good.
This is Rob. Go Team USA Soccer. Bucks fan, and somehow we're still number one in the South. Oh, that's right, it's the South.
Good evening, DJ here. Very, very happy. I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving because I know I did.
Shut up. Hell up.
Love you, Nori.
I love me too.
Yeah, this will be fun to talk about. You can tell DJ's happy because swept the minority matchup this year against Nori's Giants. So, yeah.
Shocking. I know.
Black.
We'll be talking about that, among other things, when we recap Week 12. Have some sports news and something that's bothering us, and it's I'm pretty sure college football playoff related because it always happens this time of year. And then, of course, we'll be making our not-so-expert analysis and predictions for Week 13 of the NFL season. So, let's jump right into Week 12. Thanksgiving week, that little break from the bye weeks that everybody has. How do we do? Well, Nori won the week, went 11-5. Myself and Rob went 10-6, and then Chicken Wing and DJ went 9-7. So that sits our overall standings right now. I'm in first with 111 correct picks. Rob and Nori tied with 107. Chicken Wing has 104, and DJ has 103.
Coming for you, JC.
I feel like I hear that from you every week. So.
And every week it's one step closer.
Yeah. So, Nori, you won the week this week. We'll start with you. Little recap for Week 12. Any surprises? Anything you regret picking? What you got?
I really regret picking the Patriots against the Vikings. The Minnesota is the more talented team. I'm not sure what I was thinking here. It's kind of silly. Like, I know the Vikings don't usually show up in prime time, but the Vikings have a lot more talent. It was kind of a dumb pick. I regret that.
All right. Any surprises this week?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident the fucking Ravens were not supposed to lose to the Jacksonville Jaguars. That's shocked me. I'm actually really shocked that the Raiders won a game that wasn't Denver. So yeah, I guess I'm shocked at those two.
Huh. All right. For me, I somewhat regret picking the Colts. It's one of those things, like, it was one of those where it was like, at home, I guess, but I don't know, something about Pittsburgh, something that thinking the Colts, I mean, yes, they've been playing better, but trusting Jeff Saturday to get a primetime win, I guess. Surprising was definitely the Jags to come out and get a win the way they did. When you got nothing to lose, right? You go for two in that situation. But it is. I guess the weather delay messed Baltimore up. I have no idea. So, those are kind of really what I had from the week. Everything else seemed pretty standard. Frustrated the Titans. Special teams really lost us that game. So, all right. Let's see here. Rob, you're next.
Surprise. One I regret picking Denver. I had no idea what I was thinking at the time. Apologize. If y'all can't tell, I'm a little sick, so that might have been the reason. That might have been the start of it. Also, the surprise, like you said earlier, is fucking Baltimore losing to Jacksonville in the very last 2 minutes of the game. Oh my god.
Yeah, crazy.
That wasn't supposed to happen. But everything else, pretty normal for me. Yeah.
Okay. Chicken Wing.
I regret nothing.
Even though you forgot to pick two games?
Even though
No. I didn't forget to pick. One of them
No.
I really couldn't pick.
You still got to pick.
The second one,
You left that shit
I
blank?
legit thought I saved it. And then until Nori said, hey, you didn't pick a game, I was like, well, I was going to pick the Steelers anyway. So, I mean, not the Steelers, the Colts anyway. So, it's still
So
a
you
wrong
took
pick.
L's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Many L's.
All right.
God damn
DJ.
it. Yeah, so the Ravens. Let's start there. I don't even understand that. I thought I was watching a college game for a second when they went for two at the end. I was like, this is a college football game. That's what they do in college, is go for two to get the big win. It's a rivalry game or some shit. But no, it's just they said, fuck it, we don't have anything to lose, so why not try it? And it worked. So, hats off to them, but definitely surprising. I picked the Broncos to win a game.
You guys got something that, man.
I
You don't learn.
I don't know what I was thinking. Russell Wilson comes out every single week and says, let's ride, and then they don't do a fucking thing.
Do you think that's what he told his teammate? That's why they got in a spat on the sideline? He said, hey, let's ride. And nothing.
Did he?
I can see him doing that.
Yeah.
That's what.
Here, let's ride.
I don't know.
Fuck up, Russell. Yeah.
Exactly. I don't know. According to both of them, it's like, oh, everything's fine. I was just trying to get him fired up. Let's fucking go. Shit like that.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know how it's
There's
married to
more
Tiara
to that.
and then asking other people to ride. I don't understand that.
I don't get it.
That's what I don't get.
There's a lot we don't understand about Russ. I don't understand why he's getting all this money, but that's neither here nor there.
No.
And the Raiders. Yeah. The Raiders beat the Seahawks. Geno Smith's king of the West, and he lost to Josh McDaniels. So I don't. Let me do this. Credit where credit's due. Shout out Josh Jacobs. 303 all-purpose yards. More than half of the Raiders' total yards were by one man alone. And not to be completely self-serving here, but he got me 42 points on my fantasy team. So shout out to Josh Jacobs. That was fantastic. I need more performances like that going forward. But anyway, yeah, that's what I got. The Raiders won a game, and I was shocked by that because I said I'd continue picking against them because Josh McDaniels was the coach, and I think they won in spite of the buffoon that is Josh McDaniels. So.
Do you think this is a point where the Raiders all of a sudden start playing spoiler the rest of the season?
Isn't that what they're already doing?
I mean, yeah.
Because
as long
Seattle
as
went.
play spoiler, Josh Jacobs gets the ball forever and puts up 300 plus yards all purpose for the rest of the season, that's fine with me. That's great. Do it.
Yeah.
Do it again.
Wild week, some surprises. Jacksonville definitely, but yeah, Denver is just, oh my gosh, they have one of the top scoring defenses and one of the worst scoring offenses. It's just a weird combination to have. So, this is going to be an interesting week to talk about. There's a lot changing up in the landscape. We got 2 more weeks of bye weeks on the NFL season. And just in time for those that maybe have some fantasy playoffs starting, everyone's back off bye right in time for that. So, and we'll be getting to that a little bit later. Let's see here. Sports news wise, we actually had some breaking news as of about 15 minutes ago. And that is this. The college football playoff will officially be expanding to 12 teams next season.
Holy shit.
So the final hurdle was trying to work around the, the Rose Bowl. They've always had in a contract that they play at a certain time of day on January, that prime time slot and everything. Or it's like a middle afternoon, something like that. But they finally cleared the way through it. So officially, it's going to be a 12-team playoff. As I understand it, starting next season. Basically the way they're going to set it up is the top 6 conference champions. So whoever the top 6 ranked conference champions are, and then of the remaining 6 slots are going to go to the next 6 best teams. And the top 4 teams will get a bye for the first round. And as I understand it, those first round games are going to be hosted at like campus sites potentially. And then you get the quarterfinal games started playing with the bowl games and stuff like that. So now it's going to be interesting. Ever since this was talked about as a 12-team playoff, people have been looking back on, hey, here's what the matchups would have been this year. Here's what they would have been this past year. So it'll be interesting next week when the final college football playoff rankings come out, how this would pan out if it was, in fact, a 12-team playoff starting this year. So, especially the way this season has gone in the college football landscape. So,
Well, wouldn't UTSA get one of those 6?
if they win their conference or the highest ranked conference champion, probably not. And that's going to be my beef for what's bothering minorities. We'll get into that. I'll explain why. So,
Cool.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but guys, your thoughts on the playoff expanding to 12 teams?
I'm all for it.
I think it's fantastic. Yeah, I should have done that shit a while ago, but I digress.
4 teams is trash.
Only having 4 teams. I mean, you can have so many conference champions who wouldn't get in there just because there's only 4 teams.
Yeah.
But then you have teams that have lost maybe one game, undefeated, lost one game, and they don't get in simply because there's 4 spots only. But now we have an extra 8, so they can still get in. I mean, if you're not a conference champion but you lost one game, you shouldn't just be eliminated. I mean, you're 10-1 or whatever the case may be, and you have no shot of going because the top 4 teams have already been picked.
Yeah.
Plus, let's not talk about all the politics. And look, Alabama only lost 2 games. They're great. Let me get them closer to the top 4 because Alabama, Nick Saban, yay! Like fuck all that. So.
Yeah. Rob, your thoughts on this? I know you follow football, college football a lot too. So,
No, why announce it this late into the season and then they just should have just followed up and just did it this year. Like, I don't know.
blame the Rose Bowl.
Yeah,
so
I get it, but that's one bowl out of how many that we have.
yeah,
There's so many
You
fucking
can, you
bowls.
can put a marquee game there, fine, but
well, the issue is that the current TV contract they have with the current contract on the CFP runs till the end of 2025.
2025.
So the agreement has in place that if they amend anything on the current contract, it needs to be unanimous. It needs to be unanimous from the bowl games, conferences,
the
partners,
Rose Bowl,
all that stuff. Yeah.
they're not gonna agree because that's money and it's prime
Yeah.
time and whatever. But still,
Yeah.
that sucks because we'd have some really really good games this year.
Yes.
Because even with what is it? We're not gonna see Utah play after they spanked UCLA or USC and I don't know. There's so many good 2-loss teams this year. It's just Clemson and the Vols and and Alabama.
Yeah.
Screw
Another
that.
way for
Don't
them
do
to
that,
get in,
Rob.
right?
Don't do it. No.
That's
Stop
okay
it.
because
Stop it, Rob. Yeah.
Alabama would
Sneak
be
right in.
out. But Alabama would be. But as of right now, Alabama's out of playoffs. Why? Because the new playoff thing hasn't started yet.
I thought people would be rejoicing about that, So, but I mean,
One thing-
there are some chaos scenarios where Bama could still get in. So this,
I mean,
year,
it's-
know.
If USC loses to Utah, they would drop out of the top 4. But that would still wouldn't that put the Buckeyes in?
that would
or
put
wait.
the Buckeyes in where they're sitting
Yeah.
at 5 right now. Yeah,
Yeah, so that put the Buckeyes in.
Yeah.
And then possibly something drastic happens this weekend and I don't know, Ohio State loses again, but that's it. There's nothing else.
Well, this weekend the Big Ten championship is what, Michigan against Illinois, I believe.
Yeah, it is.
So
And see,
I mean, Ohio State's praying for one of the top 4 to lose, and they could sneak in without even having a chance to play for the conference championship, which Bama has done in years past. So
that's also another thing that's really irked me is you
Oh,
get conference champions that are passed up just because just a little bit smaller, a little bit less money.
Yeah.
But teams are quality. That kind of sucks too.
So they finally have addressed that complaint because you have the Power 5 and then there's the remaining 6, group of 6 or group of 5, whatever they call them, right? With the current setup, the top group of 5, group of 6 conference team champion gets to play in a New Year's 6 bowl. And now they're saying we're taking the top 6 conference champions. So you're guaranteed at least one group of 6 champion in there, which is good, And depending how well they play, there's a potential for more. So
what really sucks is when we talk about UTSA, that's if they win this year, assuming they win on Sunday, it'll be 2 years they've been conference champion and not
not in.
in. Yeah,
Not had a shot.
not even
Yeah.
have a shot at a 12 spot. Like
And that's a good segue into the what's bother minority segment here, because I have an issue with the rankings this year, right now,
all right.
and it's not even related with the top four. Yeah, I do have an issue with Bama being ahead of Tennessee. Didn't Tennessee win that game?
That makes no. They did win that game.
Why is
did.
Tennessee 6 and Bama 7?
Makes no sense.
But my
Because-
biggest. Sorry, go ahead, Rob.
Well, the Tennessee being second probably comes because of their loss. 2 weeks ago?
Yeah,
Last week.
recent losses.
Yeah.
But if you're looking
Yeah,
at the
like-
schedule as a whole, come on,
But it wasn't like it was dominant game, and then blown out by South Carolina. Like,
Who
So,
just beat
like-
Clemson too, by the way, and how Clemson losing to South Carolina only fell one spot.
well, yeah, but they're already at
Is it?
like the 8 spot, weren't they? Like they
They
were
were 8,
already.
yeah, so-
Yeah, so like them dropping one spot is not that big a surprise. I'm actually surprised South Carolina hasn't like. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah. Well, here's what I want to discuss too. So, if you guys aren't aware, we know the top 4 teams at the current setup go to the playoff. Major conference champions get in, and they only guarantee one spot on a New Year's Six bowl for one of the non-Power 5 schools. They take the top-ranked conference champion from the group of 5 teams. And as you guys may know, yes, UTSA, yes, they have 2 losses. One of them was to Texas, and the other was an opening day double overtime loss to U of H. Could have gone either way, right? Game they should have won. Yes, I agree. On the other polls, the coaches poll, they're ranked 24th, and the AP poll, they ranked 23rd right now.
23rd, I think.
And they're set to go into a conference championship game this Friday against North Texas, which I will be attending, by the way. Thanks, Groupon. But the committee doesn't have them anywhere in the rankings. Matter of fact, the only group of 5 schools in the rankings are Tulane at 18 and UCF at 22. And I have an issue with that. First of all, Tulane has only 2 losses. One of those losses was to UCF, at home, by the way. And then you have UCF, who has 3 losses in there. And their 3 losses are East Carolina, Navy, which has not had a good season, and Louisville. Why isn't UTSA even considered at this point for the shot here? That's what I have an issue with.
I mean, also, you have to look at exposure for the teams. Like, outside of San Antonio, who really knows UTSA? Like, who's actually looking at UTSA?
Yeah.
Like, you have to look at national exposure. We don't have the coverage that other teams have. Even Tulane. Like, Tulane actually has coverage, which is weird.
Because of the AAC contract, yeah.
Yeah.
So, which
But, like...
UTSA is moving to. So.
Yeah, so, we make the move, and more of the players get recognized, and then if we put up the same competitive games in a bigger conference, then, there's more likelihood that we move up.
It just sucks because this year, that group of 6 guarantee bowl is the Cotton Bowl. With most likely a date against Penn State. Like, who wouldn't want to travel to see a January 2nd bowl, UTSA against Penn State?
Right.
How amazing that would be, I don't know. I get the TV contract part. Maybe that's a big reason why UTSA is leaving Conference USA. And because Conference USA's TV contract is so weird. Their games are on CBS Sports Network. They're on Stadium, which is usually an online network, which, it's not the best, but it's something, right? So, a lot of the national exposure they get is on games when they go on the road. So, but, like the conference championship game this Friday is on CBS Sports Network. So, it is a big thing why they're moving to the AAC, which I think is a good move for the school as a whole. But, Conference USA needs to negotiate a better contract. I get that. I just feel like this committee, are these really football people in there? Like, are they actually doing their research before they put these rankings out? Because
but you have to look at it like they get tired of looking past like the top 15 to 20. 15 15 20 teams. Like, you have to look and do research on these teams. Like, you don't get to just, bloop, let me pop on ESPN and see what happens. You actually have to, like, follow the teams. You actually have to go and talk to coaches, and is that whoever's on these boards is like, okay, great, I'm gonna do my research for like top 10, and I'm gonna make my decision, and everything after that is kind of moot because like, oh well, they're gone. Like after top 12, well, it doesn't really affect who's actually going to the CFP, right? So like, why am I gonna do my job? Why am I gonna do my research? Because I'm lazy.
Yeah, but that's an issue. If you agree to be on this committee, this is what you agree to. You got to do your research. You got to check this information out. I mean,
Yeah,
when
but
you
as
think
far
about it, I think UTSA is the only 10-win team not in the rankings. If I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
Yeah, probably.
That's an issue for me.
Yeah, you got a bunch of like 9-3, and like you have some 8-4 teams.
There's 8-4 teams ahead of them. Now, yes, granted, they lost to Texas. Texas ahead of them. I get that, but if you're going to have Tulane and UCF as ranked as high as they are right now, UTSA should get some consideration as well. They've been blowing teams out. Yes, they struggled early on against UTEP, but came back and won that one. So I was having flashbacks to the North Texas game last year at that one, but they came back and closed that one out. So now, of course, Tulane and UCF are playing each other this weekend for the AAC championship. And most likely the winner of that is going to get the Cotton Bowl slot. It just sucks because UTSA won't even get considered for that. So that's just what I really have a beef with on it. As far as the top 4, top 6 rankings, yeah, I still think Tennessee should be above Bama. They did beat them head-to-head. Ohio State, I expected them to fall to 5 just from the history of the playoff.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a crazy chaos scenario here. There's a chance the entire top 4 could lose. Georgia's playing
true.
LSU. LSU is not a pushover. Michigan's playing Illinois. Illinois has pulled upsets off in the past. SC's playing Utah, right?
Yeah, Utah.
Yeah, that Utah could pull it off. And TCU is playing Kansas State.
Yep.
The interesting thing about the Big 12 is that the championship game is always a revenge game for one team.
Yeah.
It's an all-purple Big 12 championship. So, but a lot of people seem to predict that TCU, if it's a close loss, would still keep a top 4 slot because of the way their schedule has been. So,
On the schedule.
Yeah. So, but if
they are one of 3 undefeated teams. So if they did lose, they're 12-1. So,
Mm-hmm.
But it's just there's some scenarios in play. If some upsets happen, that Bama could sneak its way in somehow.
stop it right now.
Let's
Vicky.
not.
You
Let's
stop it right now.
stop. Just
You
stop.
stop it right now. Don't do that. Do not do it. I'm not watching any college football to get in there again. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm putting up with this shit.
Well, thankfully, this is the last time we could be discussing a top 4. Now, obviously, next week we'll have the final rankings, and then we'll, maybe we'll make some predictions on that as well. But once the final rankings come out, I'll probably put something together what the rankings would be if we were going by the format that's going to be in play next year with the top 12. So, but I will say this: people complain about 4 teams. People complain about the BCS being 2 teams.
Mm-hmm.
This has been something that has progressed because there was a time where there was nothing. It was literally up to AP voters and coaches poll voters. There was no national championship game. The conferences went to their bowl games, and we had no definite way to figure out a national champion. The BCS came along and gave us something. People knocked on the BCS, but hey, it was better than what we used to have, which was nothing. The college football playoff came along, gave us 4 teams. People knocked on it, but hey, it was better than what we used to have, which was 2 teams. Now we get a 12-team playoff. And I think that's a good number right now for FBS. I know FCS does 24, I think. But they do play a shorter regular season. So, still, it's definitely exciting. It's definitely something that gives teams a lot more of a chance here. 1 or 2 seasons won't kill your season. You still got a shot. So, Just got to play the games in front of you. So
And y'all believe USC is even in the top 4 this year?
I believe it.
No,
I believe it.
no.
They're
I
Like
don't want to believe it.
after Riley took, or what is it? Riley? Lionel Riley?
Lincoln
Lincoln
Riley.
Riley.
Lincoln Riley.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude,
Fuck 'em.
4-8 last year to 11-1.
Caleb Williams, dude.
And oh my God, they should have beat the Utes what was it 4 weeks ago? 5
Yeah.
weeks ago?
It's gonna
That
be a
game was
revenge game for
so
them
good.
too. But the way Caleb Williams is playing right now, a lot of people call him the front runner
Heisman.
for the Heisman. And here's the
Heisman,
crazy
yeah.
part: he's not eligible for the draft this coming year.
Nope.
He has to stay, I think, at least one more year.
He has to be there one more year.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
It was kind of cool because didn't he transfer from Oklahoma with what's his face?
Lincoln Riley, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Oklahoma loves seeing what Lincoln Riley's doing right now. They love it. It's fantastic for them. I'm sure all Sooner fans are happy to see
Oh,
what
yeah.
Lincoln Riley's doing.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, y'all let him go. Poor guys. Boo hoo hoo.
'Cause they're doing so well right now. They've been great this season. Wonderful.
And the Utah loss was just by 1 point too, so it's not like it was a bad loss. So yeah, I see them being in the top 4 right now. But yeah, if they lose to Utah again, shit, all hell breaks loose. So.
But none of their games have been defensive games. They've all been shootouts. If you look at USC scores, they're all 3 points, 2 points, 3 points,
Yeah.
4 points.
Save the Oregon State game, which was the lowest scoring one of the.
I think the lowest, yeah.
Yeah. So.
But Jesus.
Yeah, that's going to be probably one of the more watched conference championship games. That's on Friday night as well as the Conference USA Championship. So, but for me personally, I expect the top 4 to stay pat. I'd be surprised if any of them upset. I think the only upset I could potentially see is Kansas State beating TCU. But like I said, if that's a close loss, I think they would just move TCU to 4, and TCU would have to play Georgia first round. So. We'll see. That's the thing about college football. You have to play the games out and see what happens. So, all right, you guys ready? Let's get into Week 13 of the NFL season. Our pick order this week is going to be Nori, JC, Rob, Chicken Wing, and DJ. And there's only 2 teams on a bye this week, and that's the Arizona Cardinals and the Carolina Panthers. So,
Lucky Arizona, there's a COD patch this week.
I'm sure Kyler Murray is going to be not doing any film work at all, just be playing a game. So
Nope.
Yep. Well, we're going to start with a Thursday evening game on Prime Video. Buffalo at New England. Buffalo favored by 3.5 here. Nori, we'll start with you. Initially, I would think, hey, we should ask, does anyone think that the Patriots are going to beat the Bills? But the way this division is played out, you just never know. So, but Nori, we'll start with you. Who you got?
I'm pretty confident Buffalo has got this.
All right. I'm also going with Buffalo as well on the road, but I'm sure this will be a lot close. It was a bit close. I think a field goal decides this game. Rob, what about you?
I don't think it'll be close, Buffalo.
All right. Chickawee?
I'm sticking with Buffalo, even though it's a must-win for New England. I'm still gonna stick with Buffalo.
All right. And DJ?
Yeah, let's just go ahead and complete this as a Buffalo sweep.
All right.
That's what we're gonna do.
All right. Sunday early games. Pittsburgh at Atlanta. Atlanta favored by 1.5 at home. If anybody thought this game was going to be a close one when the season started. Whew. Nori, what do you got?
Definitely Atlanta.
All right. I'm actually going with Pittsburgh right now on this one. So, Rob.
They're both terrible. Look at that, they're making me cough.
Okay.
Atlanta, yeah.
All right. Chickawee.
Definitely gonna go Atlanta on this one. Sorry, boys.
All right. DJ.
What are you sorry about?
Sorry for
Why are
coughing.
you apologizing?
Yeah.
Atlanta.
Weird.
All right. The next one is usually one of the oldest, biggest rivalries in the NFL. But now it might be a battle of backup quarterbacks, guys. It's Green Bay at Chicago. Aaron Rodgers left last week's game with an injury, and it's potential that the Packers might shut him down for the season. So, especially if the Packers are eliminated for the playoffs. And then Justin Fields' injury is pretty severe. I think he may be out for a few weeks, if I'm not mistaken, or for a while. So, Nori, what do you got on this one?
I'm going to actually go with the Bears.
Okay.
Because I think that people to throw to. I think without Aaron Rodgers, I don't think they could beat the Bears. Especially if Jordan Love is going to start. I'm actually going to go with the Bears in this.
God, I'm 50-50 on this, but I don't know if Aaron Rodgers is going to start. If Aaron Rodgers plays, I'm going to say Green Bay. And I feel like Aaron Rodgers is going to get in this one, so I'm going to go with Green Bay on this. I think Justin Fields is so important to the Bears right now that if he's not in there, the Bears offense just doesn't move. So I'm going to go with Green Bay. Rob?
I mean, the Bears' offense is just their running backs, right? Like,
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, I'll take the Bears. Like, they're not really changing all that much.
If it starts raining, I'm going to change to the Bears, I'm sure. So, yeah.
Yeah,
No, for sure. Yes. Yeah, I'm watching the weather report very closely. Yes.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm taking the Bears for now, but yeah, we'll see what the weather and stuff changes.
All right. Chickaway?
I mean, I don't know what y'all are reading, but if Rodgers is set to start, so I'm picking Green Bay because he owns them.
Yep. All right. DJ?
Yeah, we'll see how much he owns.
Yeah, literally going with the same thing. If Rodgers doesn't play for some reason, which at this point it doesn't look like it, then I may change it. But right now, Rodgers is set to start, so we'll go with the Packers.
All right. Next game, Jacksonville at Detroit. Nori, who you got? Detroit's favored by 1 here at home.
Yeah, this is the first hard one. I don't know. I actually think I'm going to go Jacksonville. Even though I'll be rooting for Detroit, I think Jacksonville is actually going to win this. I think they're going to ride a lot of momentum based on beating Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
God, this was a little split. These are hard this week, man.
Yeah, they kind of are.
Yeah. I like Detroit at home on this one. I really like what I saw from them on Thanksgiving. Put up a hell of a fight, but I've got them at home winning this one here. Rob?
I liked what they did last week, so I'm gonna take Detroit. Like Jacksonville, it came down to the last 2 minutes and 2-point conversion. Props to Trevor Lawrence, but no, I don't think they're gonna get that last minute effort. Especially if Jamal Williams keeps playing like this, like he's just been a beast. Really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chicken Wing
I'm definitely going Detroit.
and DJ.
Pick Trevor Lawrence.
Well, you know what, Rob? Yeah, I'm going with the Jags. Yeah, Trevor Lawrence. Give me a win.
All right. Next one here. Jets at Vikings.
I'm actually conflicted now.
You know, the title of our last episode, "The Time for Mike White is Now," and by God, was it ever? You know,
Yeah.
Jets are a different team here. So, Nori, what do you got?
If Mike White is starting again, and I think he will, it's not even a question. Look what they did. Look what they did on offense to the Bears. They're a much better team. They're using their wide receivers. They're taking advantage of their defense. I'm 100% going to go with the Jets. I think they upset the world and beat Minnesota.
I'm actually in agreement with you with that. I'm picking with the Jets here. That's their offense just looks so much better. Defense is stepping up too as well. So I've got the Jets winning this one. Rob?
We believe in Mike White. Just saying. Oh yeah, taking the Jets. Yeah.
All right. Chicken Wing.
I'm kidding. I'm going with the Vikings, boys. I'm gonna be that guy.
All right.
Throw
DJ.
shit to the wall.
I mean, it's not really throwing shit.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
the favorites.
No, you're picking the favorite team. Yeah, you just
Yeah,
Yep, that's what it is.
Yeah, you're going to be that guy. You're going to be the only guy because I'm going with the Jets. The Vikings are a bigger challenge for Mike White than the Bears, but this is the perfect opportunity for him to go to Minnesota, basically go on the road, and show us that the Bears game wasn't a fluke. So I think he'll step up to the challenge. And Zach Wilson, if you paid attention while you weren't pouting on the sideline, this this is how you play complementary football. Your defense goes out and makes stops, and then you take the offense down the field and score points. That's how this works. But yes, Mike White will lead the Jets to victory against the Vikings, and Kirk Cousins will be embarrassed once again, and it will be lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is definitely the prove-it game for the Jets too. So, like you did it once, can you do it again? So.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Nori, your Giants are hosting the Washington Communists here. What do you got on this one?
I think it'll be a tough game. The Giants are getting Evan Neal back, our right tackle. Washington's playing really good. I'm a little worried, but I think the Giants have a bounce back game because we still didn't do as bad against Dallas as I thought with all those injuries. I still think we could beat Washington.
All right. I like the way Washington's playing right now. I've got them coming in and getting a win here. They're just on a roll right now, and they're pretty much one of the scarier teams in the NFC. And if I'm not mistaken, this one is actually the first of a back-to-back against the Giants because they have this game, bye, and then Giants again. So, but I got the Washington winning this one. Rob.
I'm gonna take the Giants on this one. Well, I think chaos.
Chicken wing.
I got the Commanders, boys. Giants are too hurt to keep up with them.
All right, and DJ.
I have them splitting the season series, but I have the home team winning each time, so I'm going to go with the Giants. I think Saquon Barkley and Daniel Jones get back on track.
All right. Picking the next one first here. Tennessee at Philadelphia.
You can be the lone wolf.
I'll be the lone wolf, and that's fine because fuck A.J. Brown, all the shit he's talked, and he's become Mr. Fumble recently the past few weeks.
Wow. All right. Jesus. All right.
So...
That was violence for this section. All right, let's go.
Yeah, let's go Titans. I think the players on the roster have had this one circled for a while, and I think Treylon Burks is going to show what he's capable of. He's been stepping up. But damn it, the special teams is what killed us last week against Cincy, and they need to get this shit in order. No dumb penalties, and by God, can we get a good fucking kicker? Like, Jesus Christ.
Never.
You know?
Never gonna happen, JC.
I'm telling you, y'all's first round draft pick should be a kicker.
No, honestly, right now, like Hunter Duplessis just got drafted by the Houston Roughnecks for the XFL. He was UTSA's kicker the last couple seasons.
UTSA's kicker?
Yes. Like Tennessee, can you go sign that guy? I'm sure he would love to play in the NFL. Like seriously, dude never missed. Seriously. So I'm going with the Titans. Does anybody want to join me in picking the Titans against the Eagles?
No, sir.
I'm good.
All right.
I'm all right.
Negative.
All right. Good segue to the next one here. Baltimore hosting Denver. Anybody want to ride with the Broncos against the Ravens this week?
Not it.
That's a negative. We're not doing that.
We're
You guys haven't
not
lived
riding
us,
that
so you
horse.
sure?
Huh?
No, I'm sure. I'll learn.
Pretty sure. Not gonna ride that horse.
All right. And now, the game that was my bold prediction before the season started. Cleveland at Houston. The return of Deshaun Watson, who should have been suspended for a full season. Don't like that he got 11 games, but poetically, yes. The NFL magically put it at 11 games so he could return against his former team in the city that he screwed over. So, I'm sticking with my bold prediction. And Nori, I don't think you're going to join me, so I'm just going to do this one first. Yes, I am sticking with Houston. This is the only game they win the rest of the season. I guarantee they'll be happy, season successful. So, but Does anyone gonna pick Houston to pull an upset on besides me?
It's nothing short of sad of watching you every year win this league and then just crumble it away. Like this is exactly what you're doing, homie. But you go ahead and pick the Texans. I'm picking the Cleveland Browns.
Okay,
I've got the Browns and their running backs.
I get it.
Yeah, I also have the Browns.
I'm sticking with my bold prediction, man. I
The
made a
Browns
prediction.
in
I'm
about
sticking with
every
it.
category.
Huh?
I have the Browns in just about every category.
Sure. But I guarantee this will probably be the loudest crowd at NRG Stadium this season. Potentially the only sellout they have, and yeah, they're going to be wild for this one. So, if there's any game the Texans got to win, I think it's this one. Screw the rest of their division games, right? This is the one they have circled for all season. So, all right, Sunday late afternoon games, starting with Seattle at the Rams. Nori, what do you got on this one?
This is ugly, but I got the Seahawks, which I didn't think in the preseason, but I convincingly have the Seahawks. The Rams look terrible.
Is anyone going to go with the Rams? I know the Seahawks just lost to the Raiders, but does anyone think the Rams can pull off a win here?
No,
I'll
sir.
go with the Rams if you can name their starting quarterback.
Ooh. Because we know who it's not.
They have a quarterback?
I don't know his name. Someone's going to be under center. I just don't know who it is.
All right.
Okay, so that's a no.
Yeah. They're just going to run the Wildcat the whole game.
And Aaron Donald's injured, so we have that also. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know what chance they have. There's nothing. There's nothing.
I mean, they don't really have anything else to play for. They're basically out.
They should just play their second string, see what they can do. That's probably what they should do.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next is what I think is going to be the game of the weekend. And Chicken Wing, you're picking this one first. Miami heads out west to take on the San Francisco 49ers. Chicken Wing, what you got here?
I am picking the Dolphins to take the Niners.
All right. Nori.
I don't know what he's smoking. I'm picking the 49ers. Literally have like the number one defense in the league right now. The last few games, I honestly I'm very surprised this game's not flexed. I think this is by and far the game of the week, possible Super Bowl preview. But I'm going with the 49ers because now they look like the best team in the NFC.
Yeah, I think the only reason this game wasn't flexed is because Dallas is on Sunday night.
Of course, because
And
Dallas
NBC
has
will never
to
give up Dallas on a
play
primetime slot.
played the very hype Colts. Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's how they want the
Hey,
ratings.
that's going to be a super exciting game, Nori. Just wait. It's gonna be great.
So Jeff Saturday doesn't call his timeouts again,
If the
So
Colts win, you better turn your phone off because
Dude, if the Colts win, I'm turning my phone off. I'm closing my Discord account. I'm doing all that shit. I'm not. We're not playing that game.
he's canceling
not?
his cell service. He's closing down So
It'll be fun.
No, it won't, Rob. It'll be torture. Y'all will have fun. I will not. I will sit here quietly and just let it happen.
So
didn't say-
to address what I'm smoking a report that McCaffrey's not going to play, and Debo also might not play either. So that's what I'm smoking.
Here's what I'm seeing in this game. You have
Huh.
potentially the best team in the NFC going against potentially the best team in the AFC.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I like the way the Dolphins scheme. I think they do a much better job of making adjustments halftime. Their offense is just rolling right now. And yes, this is potentially a Super Bowl preview. It's a one possibility, But I actually am going with the Dolphins on this one. Going across the country, getting a statement win. I like the way the Dolphins are playing right now. I like the way the offense is moving, and they're really going to test San Francisco's defense. So, but if this is a knock on the road for the way the Niners have been coming back up, this is potentially the game. So, but I got the Dolphins here as well. Rob?
I'm taking Miami after Mike reported about McCaffrey not playing. So,
All right.
whatever he's on, I will take some too.
And DJ.
Not so easy, is it? Ha!
Yeah, not so easy, huh? Because I'm smoking
No.
shit apparently.
yeah,
Well,
Yeah.
you still are.
You are. You are. That's a given. But I don't know. This is a tough one. I didn't know about McCaffrey potentially not playing. Same with Debo. It's two of their best weapons. But their defense, though. I mean, it
defense
pains
is
me
top
to say
notch.
this, but their defense has been playing damn near lights out, and I hate that. I'm going with the 49ers.
So
For now.
the 49ers,
Yeah. And this one was split among us, so this is definitely going to be the game of the weekend for sure. And another candidate for that game of the weekend as well, Kansas City at Cincinnati. Talk about two back-to-back games that potentially could have gotten flexed, but Cowboys are on Sunday night, right? So,
Yeah, go Cowboys.
Nori, what do you got on this one?
How did I just say that?
Big money.
For the Cowboys and Colts?
No, for Chiefs and Bengals.
Chiefs and Bengals.
Oh, that's going to be a really good fucking match.
Yeah.
I actually still have the Chiefs winning this.
I've got Cincy actually. So
Cincy at home.
Nori and I different. Yeah, I got Cincy at home. Their defense is great, so I've got them pulling off a big win here. So, Rob,
No, the Kelsey Mahomes cheat code is still working very well, evidently. So I'm gonna take KC.
all right, Chicken Wing
I'm taking KC.
and DJ.
I'm going with Travis Kelce. Oh, and Kansas City also.
Oh, you're right. You're
Just Kelsey.
Yeah.
By
Yeah,
himself.
just Kelsey.
Just Kelce.
Just
And also
Kelsey.
Kansas City featured. Yeah.
All right. The Chargers at the Raiders now. And the Chargers favored by 2 on the road. Nori, what do you got on this one?
You'll be asking me. The Chargers, man.
Hey, the spread is short, right? So,
I don't
yeah,
understand.
I guess I could ask, is anyone taking the Raiders to get 3 wins in a row?
No, that's pushing it. They shouldn't have won 2 in a row, but hey, it happened.
barely got
3,
2 in a
that's,
row.
That's too many. That's too many. I'm going with the Chargers.
The Chargers are a lot healthier now, too. So
Yeah.
That's correct.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm taking the LAOA team. Yes.
Yeah, I think this is the beginning of the Chargers' playoff push right here. So, all right, Sunday night game: Indianapolis Colts at the Dallas Cowboys. The largest spread of the weekend. Cowboys at home by 9.5. DJ, it's your Cowboys. We'll start with you. What do you got?
Well, let's just make this quick. So, Jonathan Taylor is the best player on the Colts team. That's hands down.
Yeah, he's not playing.
Yeah,
so it doesn't really matter.
Exactly. Yes, that's exactly where I was going. So at the end of the day, what do the Colts have? They have an L. Dallas.
Yeah, because if they
Great
walk
stat.
out with a
Great
W,
stat.
DJ, I swear to God.
Y'all won't find me.
We
You
won't find him.
I'm gonna go in hiding.
Anybody picking the Colts to pull off an upset in Dallas this weekend?
Let's
Wait,
go,
where's-
Matt
where's-
Ryan.
why isn't Jonathan Taylor playing?
He hasn't been playing.
I think he's been hurt most of the season, hasn't he?
He played last game and he was. Yeah.
Oh, he did.
They
come back
lost to the
last game?
Steelers. He just played last game.
Oh, okay.
I thought you guys saw something I didn't see.
I didn't watch. It was Colts versus Steelers. I didn't watch the game, so
Facts.
Yeah, I guess I don't blame you.
so
I was like, and they still lost. So,
so, yeah. All
Anyway,
right.
no, I'm still going with Dallas. I'll be rooting for Indy, but I'm going with Dallas.
Yeah, I'll be rooting for Dallas because fuck Indy. All right.
I'll be rooting for Indy because fuck Dallas. But yeah,
That's
don't pick 'em to
uncalled
win.
for. That's uncalled for.
Yeah, just like I know Nori and DJ are gonna be rooting for my Titans against Philly this week too.
Hell yeah. Go Derrick Henry. Do
All
some
right.
shit for me, please.
I
do it.
will
Fuck
be.
Philly forever.
I actually will be rooting for the Minister.
All right. And Monday night, Rob, the Saints are coming to Tampa to take on your Bucks. What do you got here?
taking the Saints.
Really? Ooh.
Yeah,
All right.
because Tampa's just not healthy right now. Not at all.
All right. Nori?
I'm gonna go with the Bucks still. I'll take unhealthy Tampa over the Saints.
The Saints.
Not consistent, shitty football play most of the season.
Yeah, this is an epic matchup of the division-leading 5-6 Tampa Bay Bucks
That's
Impressive.
right.
against the last place 4-8 New Orleans Saints. So basically, One game separates these two.
game.
One game separates them.
This
One.
Crazy.
One.
Rob, congratulations. Your division is now the NFC least.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
The
No,
interesting
we
part-
made the NFC least look good. Like this is.
To be fair, everybody's made the NFC East look good. Everybody.
Fact.
The Titans helped us, the Ravens helped us, the Packers helped us.
Yeah.
So
Oh, right.
But yeah, I'm going with Tampa at this one. I think the fact that they beat the Saints earlier in New Orleans this season, Tom Brady has finally like gotten over the.
Oh, that's right. Tom Brady's single. That's right.
Yes, he's
Let's go
single.
with Tampa.
He's not cursed by the Saints logo anymore. So, but yeah, I'm gonna go with Tampa on this one. Chicken wing.
I'm taking a hurt Bucks over the Saints. Fun fact: if the Saints win and the Falcons win, Falcons are are the new number one.
Well, the Falcons are on a bye this week. Oh, they're not on a bye this week. Oh, they're not. I'm sorry, that's Arizona.
they'll still find a way to lose.
They'll find a way to lose. Don't forget they are playing Pittsburgh, who evidently won a game that no one watched because all four of us are like, I didn't watch the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah,
Nobody
I
watched
just
it.
saw
Nobody
the score
watched.
the next
Nobody gave a
morning.
fuck.
So yeah, so all right, and DJ.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Bucks.
All right. Well, that is week 13, guys. Interesting one. These are actually some harder matchups to pick than usual, so surprisingly.
I agree. Yeah.
Yep. So next week, of course, we'll recap how we did on week 13 and then get into our week 14 predictions, discuss a little bit, too, about the final college football playoff rankings, what the top four are, and what they would look like if it were the 12-team playoff had started this season. So, and finally, I just want to say congrats to the U.S. men's national soccer team.
Yes.
Hell of a win, beating Iran and advancing in the World Cup where they will face the Dutch.
It's a Dutch.
Which I expect a whole lot of memes with that Austin Powers quote for the next few days before that matchup on Saturday. So,
Okay. Who scores more? Russell Wilson throwing touchdowns or U.S. men's soccer scoring goals against the Dutch?
U.S. men's soccer.
U.S. men's soccer.
Easy.
Yeah.
Scored
Facts.
U.S. men's soccer.
Sold.
Let's ride. So, yeah.
I hate all of you.
Hey, have they updated that TikTok where they're checking like his touchdown count versus the,
Yes, he held steady at 8 touchdown passes this season, just as the number of bathrooms in the house is still 12. So
so the house is still winning. Nice.
House is
And
still
Carson
winning.
Wentz has 10 and hasn't played for 6 weeks. Remember that.
That's impressive, is what that is.
That's actually impressive.
I mean, that's an impressive level of absolute failure, is what that is. I can't even make this shit up. That's crazy.
Matt has
There's a guy not playing at all, and he has more touchdowns than you, and you're playing every single game. I don't understand.
Hey,
I don't
let's ride.
understand.
Let's ride.
That's right, Joe.
that's right. That's right.
Oh my god.
You know, interesting too is that I think I saw a graphic somewhere where Jimmy Garoppolo has now had 59 starts as a 49er.
Oh yeah, he's got the same record as like Steve Young and
Same record as Steve Young and a better record than Joe Montana
Joe
at this point in
Montana.
his career as a 49er starter. So, take away.
But nothing is more impressive than being 10-2 with 0 touchdowns.
That's
That's
my point.
right.
So why do you want to take for a new QB when you got your franchise quarterback already right in front of you, bro?
I mean, clearly, based on those stats, he's better than Joe Montana.
Yeah.
Clearly. That's what that means.
Easy.
clearly through
Potentially,
59.
arguably Steve Young. So
You shut your whore mouth, okay?
I-
You shut your whore mouth with your overrated fucking Troy Aikman ass quarterback. Don't do that. All right, damn it.
Hey, he's got Super Bowl rings, buddy. Okay, he's got them. You know he's got them. Yeah.
He's got him because of the rest of your fucking team. Anyway, I'm not
Hey,
gonna get
he's got
I'm not
them.
gonna
Blaine
get-
Blaine
He's got
Gabbert
him.
has a Super Bowl ring.
Blaine
Okay?
Gabbert
a
has
championship.
a ring.
God damn it! You shut the fuck up. Now you just turned this around. Jeez.
Yes. Yeah,
Blaine
Some
Gabbert.
former starting quarterback for the Jags has a Super Bowl ring for crying out loud.
So, I'm sorry.
As a champion.
What was your question, JC? I
I'm
apologize.
just saying, like your thoughts on Jimmy G now, with that, just he's got a better record than Montana at this point in his 49ers career, just as good as Steve Young. The Niners are winning with him. Do you still want a new quarterback?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Why do you ask?
He's
JC,
like
I don't know.
He's like a middle of the crowd.
I don't know
ahead.
why you asked him that. I really don't. I don't understand Mike's logic, and I don't know what you were hoping for with this, JC.
I'm just waiting for
Mike is Mike.
No, it's,
You know?
it's I don't hate the guy. You know, I don't hate.
Sounds like you do.
Nick Wright hates Jimmy G. He fucking despises his ass. But you know, at the end of the day, he's still I can't say he's a middle of the pack quarterback. He's the best backup currently in the NFL, right? And
no, I think Mike White's better.
No, Mike White was
Facts.
definitely the better back quarterback.
You said Mike is Mike, but he's not Mike White. So it's just,
I mean, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right about
True.
that. You're right about that. It's just okay. It's hard because like I don't want to obviously like the call time I have right now is a joke tank for a new quarterback. You know, obviously it isn't that I don't want Jimmy G ever because I rather take Jimmy G over fucking Nate Sudfeld. Like let's get that out there. Right.
That's correct.
You know, but at the same time, Jimmy G has a ceiling. You know, that's the problem. And until he actually breaks that ceiling, you know, kind of like what other people said about Russ going to the Broncos, because a lot of people were on the hype train. You had your skeptics, and unfortunately, the skeptics are right because Russ is the worst fucking quarterback in the league. So it isn't that I don't like him, JC. It's just that he hasn't broken that ceiling, and until he does, you can't trust him.
So what's the ceiling? Because he's already made it to the championship game.
He's made it, but he hasn't won.
So he wins the NFC Championship. Then
no. I mean, no, because he's made one, and he's made two and won one. I'm talking about winning the big one, the promised land. That's the ceiling.
To be fair, I would keep Jimmy G because he fits. I'll take the best quarterback who fits the system, and he fits the system better than anybody you've had in years. And also, you've never had McCaffrey.
No, we haven't, and so that's another factor that you can throw into there. You know,
it's phenomenal. Like
because 2 years ago on our Super Bowl run, we had Raheem Mostert. He literally made Jimmy G's life easy because you power run the ball. Who the fuck are you gonna throw? I mean, who are you gonna stop? Raheem, right? And so the play action was open. Debo was catching passes. I think that was Ayuk's rookie year, and then Emmanuel Sanders was also on the team at the time when we got that from Denver. So, you know, the lack of a run game that we had before McCaffrey is what bothered quarterbacks. That's just facts, regardless of the quarterback. If you don't have a run game, no matter how hard you try.
Now, with the run game and the support that he has, he's on the level of Troy Aikman.
No,
because your argument has always been about Troy Aikman. You know, overrated he was. Yes, the touchdown interception ratio wasn't the best, but because he had Emmitt Smith in that offensive line, everyone says he's overrated.
No, he had the offensive line. Fuck Emmitt Smith. Fuck him. All right, he had the offensive line. All right.
Wow.
No, I'm not.
All-time leading rusher, but fuck him. You got it.
I'm not hating on him.
You got it. You're good. Yeah, it makes perfect sense. Go ahead.
No, but
this is a logical explanation. I got it.
In all honesty, I take Jimmy over Troy.
Ooh, okay.
Well, who are you? No, you lie.
Mike, I'll take championships over none. That's what I'll take. But go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh,
take the ring.
Okay, fine. We'll go ahead and take Trent Dilfer then.
I mean,
if you're going to use that logic.
I mean,
I'll
take Blaine Gabbert at this point.
Shit, right?
Speaking of
bro.
I'll take the best quarterback who fits the system. If everybody available out there and Trent Dilfer is the best shot at winning a Super Bowl, I'll take the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I don't care if he's the worst quarterback in the league.
I'm not saying Jimmy G is giving us the best shot because he sure as shit is. Because the numbers don't lie. When Jimmy G doesn't play, we are ass.
Yeah.
That's bottom line. But he has a ceiling. That's a problem. When you see a quarterback that clearly has a ceiling, Kyler Murray in Call of Duty, you know, You're only going to get so far. If you have a talented roster and a horrible coach, Hackett, you're only going to get so far. That's just.
But they're not going anywhere.
No, you're right. If you have the Raiders and McDaniels, and well, we know where that's going.
He's trash.
But he's trash with a contract for another year.
Yeah,
True.
At least too much money getting paid.
True.
And by the way, you mentioned Trent Dilfer. Speaking of coaching hires with no experience, he's just been slated as the new head coach of the UAB with no college coaching experience. By the way, so
Great.
he will be heading a Division I program in UAB.
Division 1.
Yep.
Well, they just saw what they did with Jeff Saturday, so like, haha, watch this.
Hold my beer. That's what they said. Yeah.
Make sure he tweets how bad the other team is before they beat them.
Exactly. I mean, it sucks. At the end of the day, you got teams with every single problem. You got Green Bay with the current situation with Rodgers. Unfortunately, Brady had his own personal issues that obviously got in the way, and they're riddled with injuries. Because I would be more excited if both teams had a better record going into week. I think 14 is when Rob and my team play. So it's just stuff like that just kind of irks people.
The way the season plays out, right? So
yeah, that's all it is, man.
But I will say one thing, final thing about Mike White and the Jets. If they beat Minnesota this week, and the rest of their schedule after that is Buffalo, Detroit, Jacksonville, Seattle, Miami, do they lose another game the rest of the season?
No.
Yes.
Yeah,
Miami?
I think so.
Miami.
Miami to
That's
close
what
out
I was gonna pick.
potentially. Yeah.
Actually, I don't know. That's a good one. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, let's say this: if they beat Minnesota and it's convincing, maybe they don't. Maybe there's something there.
I just think that
maybe they could win out.
the defense is already potentially insane. It's not 49ers good, but Sauce is running away with Rookie of the Year.
Gardner is definitely Defensive Rookie of the Year.
He's running away with that. Then you have Garrett Wilson, who's really establishing himself as a rookie. The Jets' offense is finally, after
Because of
19 years, scoring fucking points.
Yeah.
They keep this going. I don't know who beats them.
Well, I've been saying this since last year when Robert Saleh got hired. He's going to turn that around. And Nori knows I've been saying that. I've been preaching that because Saleh.
We didn't know when because Wilson, the other
We
Wilson.
didn't expect, but to be honest, we didn't expect like this year. We expected him to turn it around, yes, but like
in 2-3 years, not next year.
Not year
like
two.
we expected, Solid to get his quarterback. Like it wasn't going to be Wilson. That was obvious.
I say it's very general. Like he'll make that team better. Like, well, we all thought that. Yeah, we just didn't know when.
Yep.
And yeah, Gardner is like running away Rookie of the Year. Like it's cool as shit to see.
Okay, so I have a question for y'all. So looking at current standings on the AFC side, Pats, Chargers, Colts in their ranking order, do you think one of those three could sneak in?
Let me get to it. Pats,
The Chargers.
Colts.
Chargers.
Pats, Chargers,
The
Colts.
Chargers.
Chargers because they're getting healthier. Like
Yeah.
Exactly. Keenan Allen's back. Mike Williams is back.
Why first of all, why did you even throw the
weeks?
Colts in that conversation?
Because the
I don't
Colts
know.
are
Seriously,
number
What the fuck is wrong with you? So
Because Colts
Mike-
are number
Mike.
No, fuck
Oh
you,
my-
JC.
Culture. Okay, we're realistic here. They are 10 out of a really.
I'm just going in their ranking.
And
That's
who
all
are they
I'm
ahead
doing,
of?
boys.
jeez.
They're ahead of Jacksonville, the Raiders, the Browns, Steelers, Broncos, and Texans.
Yeah, look
Texans are fucking
Look
good.
at playoff standings right now. Man.
Yeah,
And
that's
I'm
what
looking at it,
thinking
but
of.
I'm thinking like honestly, I would be more worried about the Cleveland making a run now if Deshaun Watson goes off. But
Goes off to another massage parlor or goes off on the field.
sure.
Oh,
I was waiting for the joke. Nailed it.
I don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
That was
Oh, okay.
that was good.
Oh, okay.
That was good.
Yeah.
I think the Chargers
appreciate
make a
that.
run at it too, but it's right now you potentially it's the Chargers and the Jets are you're keeping your eye on right now. So
Yeah.
Okay.
for sure.
So in reverse order on the NFC side, looking at 6 through 9, respectively, Giants, Commanders, Seahawks, Falcons, who gets knocked out of the running week 17?
Falcons.
Falcons. Yeah.
I'd go with
take the team with the
No, no,
worst
no.
division in the league. Yeah. So
No, week
Yeah.
17.
I know.
I'm not. Yeah. So you're saying Falcons are gonna make the playoff, like be in the hunt all the way until the last week?
Yeah, because they'll be in the hunt for the division title up until then. So
They have a pretty soft
Exactly.
schedule, don't they? Remaining? Don't they have a soft schedule remaining?
I'm looking now. So it's Pittsburgh. Oh, sorry.
Pittsburgh is soft.
Pittsburgh is
Yeah.
next. I
Soft.
think
Ravens.
they're on week 14 by.
Okay.
Yeah, they are. Hold on.
they got
let me-
Steelers, then they got the Saints,
Oh.
Ravens, Cardinals.
The only
Ravens, Cardinals.
realistically,
is gonna be tough.
the Ravens Cardinals they'll probably lose.
Yeah.
They'll be eliminated. Yeah.
And
that's-
even then, the Ravens look pretty mortal. So
Now-
they lose to Jacksonville.
Yep.
Here's the interesting part. Their Week 18 game is against Tampa. If the division is on the line for that game, that will be our flexed Sunday night game. I guarantee that.
Ooh, I don't know, JC, because week 18, I think there's some other games that'll put it there.
There is, but they always like to put a division thing. Like, if everything else is decided, that is a potential to be Falcons, Bucks, flex to Sunday night. And they'll make that decision after Week 17, for sure. But that's potentially the last regular season game of the season for the division, if the Falcons and Bucks are still winner-take-all kind of thing. Because it's a de facto playoff game. And the NFL likes to do that.
I'm calling Dallas, Washington as week 17 flex.
Like, for a wild card spot?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Yes and no. Just
Okay. What's the no part?
The
Like-
no part will be like, it'll be more like the scenario that I'm seeing is Washington has to beat Dallas to get in, otherwise Dallas eliminates Washington effectively. So it'll be a
Okay, fair
Washington
enough.
type of.
Well, we'll see. This actually,
Yeah.
ooh, you know what has just debuted, guys? The
What?
NFL playoff machine.
What?
No, that's been 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
I
that's
told-
been out for a while.
I told the guys I posted it earlier a couple weeks ago.
all right. Well, here's what we'll do. So, you guys want to do some playoff machine predictions next week?
Jesus, already? No, thank you.
No? Come on. This is
Nah,
about the time we do it every year. So,
Week 15, bro. Week 15.
I'll do it. Yeah. Well, yeah. I'll do it. I'm in.
we can do it
Now
next
do
week,
it.
or we can wait till all the bye weeks are done. So,
No, that's fine.
I'd rather wait till all the bye weeks are done.
well, damn NFL with all these late ass buys. All right.
Mhm.
Yeah. Blame Roger Goodell for that shit.
All right. Well, in the meantime, we'll probably still be messing around with it. But yeah, in a couple weeks, we'll be jumping on the playoff machine and seeing what we're going to do. So,
So like almost there. The season's almost over anyway. We could wait.
all right. Thank you, everyone, for listening to the Sports Minorities podcast. We'll be back next week, as I said, to recap Week 13, look at the college football playoff rankings, and make our predictions for Week 14. Once again, I'm JC, your resident Titans fan, and for 1 week only, going to be rooting for the Texans to beat the Browns. Joining me this week, we had
Chicken wing, I'm full. I ate my food already. You're welcome.
I am Nori, and I am doing the world a service like I always do, and making sure Mike does not win the league this year. You're welcome, everybody.
I have chosen to pick opposite picks from Nori to ensure Mike does not win this year. Oh yeah, this is Rob Buckson. Thanks, bye.
You're doing an American service, you know.
DJ here, and I would just like to say thank you to both of you gentlemen for doing God's work and making sure Mike doesn't win. Thank you and good night.
Y'all just fucking haters. Jimmy G's taking us to the promised land regardless.
Shut up! You
Alright.
don't even like him.
Mike, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, Mike.
Fuck you.
We talked about this last week. You don't deserve to do that.
We'll
You don't
catch you
deserve
next
to do
week
it.
on the Sports Minorities podcast. We'll see you next time.
Thanks everyone once again for listening to the Sports Minorities podcast. We do appreciate it. If you want to keep the conversation going, we're on Twitter at Sports Minor Pod and also on Facebook at Sports Minorities. Our YouTube channel, Sports Minorities. Search on there. We live stream every now and then, just some random stuff. And you can also reach us via email, sports.minorities@gmail.com. We do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to listen to us, and we'll catch y'all next time.
Fuck this guy.
Give him.
Yes.
Fuck this guy.
I would
I
still
love Jimmy G, but I hate him.